US President Donald Trump has made another U-turn on tariffs. In just 2 days, he has backpedaled on key trade taxes targeting America's top trade partners, Canada and Mexico. So what's really happening here? Is this a calculated strategy, a calculated move, or is this a sign that his economic gamble is not really paying off already? It is a risky gamble after all. Let's just break down the moves for you. It's quite a story. Donald Trump made headlines earlier by enforcing tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico. It was a major announcement. He pitched them as a way to protect American industries. But there was immediate backlash. Markets tanked, businesses panicked, world leaders fired back. And now, just as quickly as he made that announcement, Trump is pulling back. Early this week, Trump announced a temporary exemption for car manufacturers in North America, just 1 day after 25% tariffs were supposed to take effect. And then within hours, he issued another order, expanding the list of exempted goods. A large chunk of Canadian and Mexican exports that was suddenly supposed to be hit with new taxes, turns out won't be. So what really changed? Did Trump overplay his hand? Or did he realize that these tariffs would actually hurt American businesses more than they would help? Meanwhile, Mexico's president immediately thanked Trump for the move, and Canada's finance minister quickly announced that their country would hold off on retaliatory tariffs. So that's been the fallout so far, for now. But the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau made it clear that despite Trump's partial rollback, a trade war is still very much on the table.
Confirm that we will continue to be in a trade war that was launched by the United States for the foreseeable future. So Canadians should continue to buy Canadian, continue to stand up for each other. But we are trying to reduce the areas and the impact that these tariffs that the Americans are bringing in will have on Canadian workers.
Now, it's important to point out here that Trump has not let off on tariffs completely. According to White House officials, nearly half of all imports from Mexico and 62% of goods from Canada could still face new taxes, which means uncertainty remains high and American businesses don't really know what to expect next. It's a guessing game, a dangerous one. And the White House is already teasing another round of trade restrictions, by the way. On April 2nd, they plan to unveil a new batch of reciprocal tariffs on more countries. But the question is, will they stick to that this time, or will Trump change his mind all over again? Meanwhile, American markets were impacted by the tariffs. The S&P 500, the index tracking America's biggest companies, fell nearly 1.8% on Thursday. Investors are reportedly worried about a potential trade war. And when asked if his sudden shift was about calming the markets, Trump flatly denied it and said that it had nothing to do with the market. Trade between the US, Canada and Mexico is massive, by the way. Billions of dollars worth of goods crossing every single day in a way. And with the US trade deficit already soaring, experts are warning that Trump's erratic tariff moves could make things even worse. With businesses trying to dodge future tariffs, American imports surged by 10% in January, pushing the trade gap to its highest level since 1992. And experts are warning that tariffs will make imported goods more expensive, which could drive up prices across the board. And that puts even more pressure on American families already dealing with the rising costs. So what's the takeaway here? One day Trump seems to be waging a trade war, then the next day we see a major U-turn. Businesses don't really know what's coming next. Markets are reacting with fear and global trade partners are losing trust. It's a tariff tango that the world is watching very closely, with bated breath, where every move matters. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.